After signing up for summer work at a church nestled in the woodlands of northern Michigan, a group of friends couldn't have guessed which forces were beneath the mask of benign religion. What they came looking for was just some summer cash, but what they found is anything except ordinary. Hmm. A four-wheeler squealed by, the young driver hollering, as Jesse and Trevin followed Jerry into the tall doors of the barn, propped wide open. Having made their way along grasping stalks of tall grass, caught up in the embrace of a warm summer night's air, the guys were busy batting away gnats. Jerry marched ahead, disappearing into yet another bustling crowd inside of the barn, filled with as much music as it was with people. String lights hung across the syrup-colored wood of the interior, and it wasn't long before Jesse and Trevin began to notice how formally dressed, however disheveled and dramatically differently styled, everyone was, and not the casual assortment they'd grown used to at the Night in the Rack. Young men and young women mingled, some exchanging awkward laughs, others clobbering across the floor marked up by dirt. Girls snickered here and there, dragging their friends with them in a disorderly clamor. The whole place smelled like cheap spray-on cologne and anxiety, with a drifting whisper of alcohol. Jesse caught the glimpse of some random guys standing at one end of the barn up against a broad bar and returned a judgmental stare. "Where the fuck are we?" Trevin asked out loud, trying to heave his words over the obnoxiousness about. "Hey, what's up? How y'all doing? Hello, Kitty, Braylon, Kim, Estella, Carrillo. I'm reading a book. It's called Prophet of God, Porfit. Here's what it looks like. It's paperback. I'm reading from chapter 8. How are y'all doing?" Uh, Where the fuck are we? Trevin asked out loud, trying to heave his words over the obnoxiousness about. It began to dawn on the pair of friends just how young every face they saw appeared. The kids in the barn erupted in cheers as a loudspeaker suddenly shook the room with the voice of a cheeky DJ, of the talent and quality you'd find at a Midwest roller rink, maybe. The lights took to shifting, and relative darkness descended, accompanied by colorful bursts of cheap eye abrasion. The rhythm sped up and the beat dropped. "Dude, I don't know if I'm tripping, but..." Jesse leaned toward Trevin. "What's up, Lenny?" "Yeah, I get that a lot. It's been a long day. Doing a lot of work outside. This neighbor keeps burning leaves, and it's just like fogging up the whole neighborhood. That's probably why my eyes seem like red." "Dude, I don't know if I'm tripping, but..." Jesse leaned toward Trevin. "What y'all think of my drip? A new person slid up to the two from across the floor, batting them both to attention. They were wearing a dark jacket covered in graphic patches, while underneath was a tank top, suspenders, and they wore tightly fitting torn up jeans, kicking tall black laced boots. The person's hair bounced in rather long locks, and just the colored lights revealed glittering jewelry on the neck and across the cleavage of the person. They bowed with a wide brimmed black hat, grinning, before finally laying eyes on the startled pair. Is it raining in your country? No, but it's about to snow. We're supposed to get like a sprinkling tonight. It's like 20 degrees outside. What about you? Yeah, Iceland. Iceland. I can tell by your picture. Yeah, it's only supposed to be like a dusting though. Before we get the multiple feet a couple months from now. I'm in Michigan. It's the same latitude as Scandinavia. Do we know you? Jesse smirked. Jesse turned from the grinning person to see Trevin had fallen back, tripping over some stools. Fuck. The person's expression fell, disappointed. Jesse hurriedly met Trevin on the barn floor. You good, Trev? Well, this is awkward, the stranger said. Dude, what the fuck? What's going on? And where's Jerry? What do you do in this scenario? The person stroked their own chin. I didn't expect that reaction. I hate this Christmas Carol bullshit. They rolled their eyes. Trevin was trembling in the midst of Jesse's arms. What the fuck are you supposed to do when there's two at once, though? The stranger kept lamenting to themselves, looking up as if to ponder. I'm reading from a book called Prophet of God by Chris Cooper. This is the paperback version. I don't know if this light sucks. But yeah, it's available on Amazon. Not that long. It looks long, but the font is big. It's basically a supernatural-ish mystery. It's got some romance in it. Talks a lot about pretty deep topics. It's about these dudes that go, hey, Andrea. These dudes go work for a church. The church winds up being something that it doesn't appear to be. And the book basically is the story about that revelation. I'm reading from the middle of the book, pretty much, sort of. It's like chapter 8. Why is there cussing if it's called Prophet of God? Well, I'm glad you pointed that out. The spelling is actually PRFIT as in money. And in the story, it would make more sense once you read it, if you do or whatever. There's a reason it's spelled that way. There's just cursing because I wanted to make the dialogue realistic. Because a lot of the characters in it, they approach the situation in a very realistic way, if that makes sense. And then it turns out that it changes their lives. Hey, Pink Fur, how are you? Yeah, I wrote it. It's all over my channel and stuff if you check it out. I pretty much dedicated this channel to this book. It's just me marketing it. I don't have like a big team or anything. But yeah, good questions. But on that same note, it does have spiritual aspects to it. It is a fiction, but it talks about like real life things. There's a lot of videos and shorts on my channel, like more in depth, discussing it if you're curious. But your readership is my privilege, so I would be happy to know what you thought. Yeah, thank you. What's going on, Pink Fur? What are you up to? I know it's not 9 p.m., but I kind of woke up early today. Starting to lose my voice. What the hell are you supposed to do with two at once, though? The stranger kept lamenting to themselves, looking up as if to ponder. Hey, are you okay? Jesse held Trevin. Trevin wiped his eyes and looked up. It's the guy, remember? Jesse switched between his friend and the stranger. Jin, it's Jin, Trevin shuddered. Dude, I didn't know you drank that shit, Jesse sighed. You okay? Aha! Jin snapped their fingers. Jesse started toward Jin, having let Trevin back up. Listen, we probably got to head out. Trev is... Where? Jin asked. What? Where is Trevin? Jesse looked back at an empty floor. What the fuck? He swung himself back and forth. Hey. A girl's voice suddenly struck Jesse from behind. Jesse looked. Jin was gone, as with Trevin. Disappeared. There was a girl now with a shiny blue dress, with laced high heels standing a few feet away from him where Jin had just been. She curled a lock of her hair behind one ear and swayed a bit, awaiting an answer. Jesse's face contorted as he shook his head, diving his fingers into his eyelids. He looked down, and his outfit had changed to a mediocre tuxedo. He lurched up his hands and felt his own shoulders, running them along the paper-like creases of the cheap suit, and then down his own face. Who are you? He finally answered the girl. Some other girls were huddled a distance away. They reactively giggled as the girl responded. What? Her expression sank. Jesse slowly drew his hand over his mouth. He could feel his heartbeat moving with the uncomfortably tight and itchy collar and the tie around his neck. Here, I was wondering if you maybe wanted to dance, asked the girl, stretching out her arm. I'm dreaming. I must be fucking dreaming, Jesse reasoned to himself. The girl laughed. Oh, that's so sweet. Who are you talking about, Jess? Good question. This is the beginning of chapter 8. So the thing with this book is this chunk is up to chapter 8, and this is what's left. So the chapters are designed that the beginning ones are a little longer and more explanatory, and then it hits and the chapters become more rapid. But it makes sense, like, or I think it does. It makes sense to me. In the story, it kind of accelerates as soon as certain things start happening. But yeah, this is the beginning of chapter 8. It's Prophet of God. I don't know how many times I need to. Is that too many? I don't know how long into this chapter I'll read because I don't want to like ruin stuff. I'm trying to pick parts that aren't like spoiler. I'm dreaming. I must be fucking dreaming, Jesse reasoned to himself. The girl laughed. "Aw, that's so sweet. Who were you talking about, Jess?" The crowd in the barn began hollering as the DJ made a shift into a slower tone, and the voices of the room shifted into a murmur and scuffing shoes. Some bros began firing whistles and hooting from another end of the barn, where the light stretched to the furthest before dissipating. "If you've got a special someone, go ahead and bring them out on the floor, would you?" The DJ announced. Sorry. The DJ announced over the speakers with all the enthusiasm of a DMV clerk. Why do I find that so funny? I'm sorry. Hey, get the word out. I'd be excited about my own book too. You should write one. Yeah, I'm trying to get the word out. I've got a TikTok too, but that doesn't seem to be, well, a little bit. It's gaining a little traction. There's just a lot of stuff. I don't know why I'm so like, okay. Anyway, Jesse and the girls swung with each other amongst other pairs on the largely open dance floor. Jesse delicately settled his hands onto the girl's hips, and eventually she folded her head into his neck. He could feel the coarse texture of her fruity-smelling hair against his cheek, as he focused on just gliding with the rhythm, waiting, he figured, for whatever this was he was caught on to wear off. Maintaining a steady sway, he began to notice a guy standing far away, dressed in a baby blue tux with a bow tie. The curls of his head appeared damp like a wet poodle with styling gel. The boy just stood there under the dim barn lights, glaring at Jesse and this girl swinging the song away. With each circuit, Jesse found his fixation increasing on the random person, and their appearance cleared. It was Trevin? He watched as Trevin's frown increased, and soon he began to whimper, his face folded into his palms. Jesse's half-hearted grasp on the girl he was dancing with loosened as he watched Trevin, strangely... I can't read that part. There you go, that's part of chapter 8. What the fuck? This is what you get for having long hair, man. Really? You're a horticulturalist, aren't you? I like growing plants and mushrooms and stuff. Nice. Yeah. Do you have like a terrarium or whatever? Hey, Pink Fur. Where'd you go? Yeah, I can't really read that part. But yeah, it's Prophet of God. This is what it looks like. Not that I haven't shown it 7 or 8 times, but I figure if anyone pops in, maybe I should just put it here instead of my face. Like, I'll just set it and then just like be off camera. I don't know. I'm making this up as I go. Now I grow even mushrooms outside. Oh, okay. Like morels, truffles. You know what I'd like? From spring to fall, they do good as long as they're in the shade. Nice. Out and about. Oh, you're out and about? Grocery shopping? Mostly just oyster mushrooms. Isn't there a mushroom called chicken of the woods? I just remember hearing a friend talk about they were a mushroom enthusiast. They talked about a mushroom called chicken of the woods or something. I thought that was really funny. Yeah. And it looks like chicken, doesn't it? Like the meat. It's bright orange and yellow color, but they cooked it similar looking chicken. I really miss chicken sometimes. I got grilled beer and brown rice. Interesting. Oh, beef. That makes a little more sense. Yeah, I know what you meant. I'm trying to think of what other parts I could read of the book. hmm How are you doing tonight? I was so exhausted the whole day, for real. I was pretty tired the whole day too. I'm doing okay. Um, Supposed to snow tomorrow, so I wanted to get all the outside stuff wrapped up to prep for all the snow. Want to start a business where I can take empty wall space and turn it into vertical herbal garden. That's really cool. It's a really good idea. Especially for like chefs or people that cook a lot. They'd probably appreciate that. They could grow um, you know, herbs and shit. Snow, yeah. It's supposed to be like a dusting of snow tomorrow in the mid 20s. We're getting hit by this Arctic blast from Canada, and Michigan's smack in the middle of it, of course. Hey Kiki, how are you? I'm doing okay. I'm trying to do promotional work for this book. I do the same with mushrooms, but I gotta do a little more prototyping for that. Yeah, how would you do that? You're good, that's good. Yes, I'm drinking Sunny Delight out of a bowl. Ooh, it's tart. What is your favorite food? Crispy butter lettuce, chopped avocado, cottage cheese, ranch, chopped up mini cucumbers, maybe some Italian dressing instead of the ranch. Shredded cheese. Is the full name of Sunny D Sunny Delight? I think so, yeah. Yeah, that's what I remember. I could eat an avocado like an apple. What is that fucking noise? Sorry. Yeah, they're almost too good. And I like them when they just, like, they're not mushy, but they're a little firm. Ooh, it sounds good. Making me hungry. Afternoon delight. Yeah, it's afternoon where you are, isn't it? Some people can't stand them. Yeah, I know. Very weird. Put some pepper and salt on that. I like green goddess dressing. I've heard of that. I've always wanted to try it, but I never did. What does it taste like? Let's get toasted here. Tarragon. In the case of heartbreak. That's what you want me to read? You want me to read the gay book? A very green kind of cilantro toward curry vibe. Cilantro. I think I still have it here. This is actually a good, like, it looks like this. It's by this chick named Courtney K. Yeah, there she is. Courtney K is the author of sweet and steamy romance novels that give her bi little heart great joy. She lives in Southern California with her husband. Oh, I thought she lived in South Carolina. I read that wrong this whole time. With her husband, child, and growing horde of plants. Find her on Twitter and Instagram at Court K and online at CourtneyKBooks.com. Not tonight, but later I'd appreciate it. Oh, okay. What do you want me to do? You love cilantro? Aw, that's cute. I highlighted this part. I actually wrote in the book, cute AF. What do you want me to do? I've got a selection of, I've got my book, a giant box over there of history and religion books. I have the Bible, a couple of gay books, pretty wide variety. LOL, cute as fuck. I love that. Yeah, there were a lot of instances in that particular book that I thought were pretty cute. The one thing, though, so my only criticism really of the book was that parts of it were, this is going to sound weird. It seemed as if parts of it were written by a different author. Like, it had a different vibe than other parts. But it could just be the dynamic of the author. But, like, for example, the beginning chapters of In the Case of Heartbreak, if I'm being 100% honest, I didn't much care for. I was like, it's not my thing. I mean, it's cool, it's good writing, but after chapter 2, it just went a totally different vibe. And I was like, huh. So then I just read from chapter 2 onward. And then there was another dip, like around chapter 8, where it was like the same tone as before. And then it jumped back on track. I don't know. It's just people have different styles of writing. I had creamy cilantro sauce with a veggie burger. Are you trying to make me get up and like go make something? That does sound very good. You ever have the Impossible Whopper at Burger King? Interesting. I like your take. I'm going to watch a horror movie later. That's scary. Horror movies scare me. I get scared. Books can come out very bumpy after they're all put together. Right. Right. It got a ton of praise. Like the first 2 pages of the thing are just excerpts from various people of different praises. But there's parts of it that are very deep. But it's comfortably deep. Like, it doesn't get any, there's no kind of like crazy, because like if I'm being real, I'm kind of new-ish to the whole fiction scene as far as books are concerned. And I was kind of clueless. My sister kind of recommended me different stuff, but like modern literature. But apparently stuff like this is really mild, because some books, she said, can get very like just deep or even disturbing. Sometimes a writer has an easy time putting together certain sections. True. And struggles with the rest. Yeah. That could be. The romance in Candyman, 1991, is underrated. Is Candyman the one about that trucker? Have you ever been to a forest fire lookout tower? I think you get in contact with the right people, you can just go up and spread a few nights alone. It's a great vibe. No, I haven't. I didn't know those were a thing. It's interesting. They're always in such beautiful spots. What I really want to do is go up north here in Michigan to these places they call star parks. Because part of the reason that you can't see the galaxy is because of all the light pollution. You probably know this already. But they have these isolated parks where you can camp. And apparently you're able to see like the broad arm of the Milky Way and stuff. And I thought that'd be cool. Nope, LOL. You have the brow furrows and cheekbones of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, original vampire. Huh. That's weird that I look like a vampire. Star parks, that's such a good idea. Yeah, I should go do that. It'd just be kind of weird to go alone. Going to have dinner. Alright, you go have dinner then. You 1000% look like an 80s vampire. Nice. It's funny, because I'm a vegetarian. Legit, so Google that. It was only when you were furrowing your eyebrows. Sometimes the best trips are alone. Huh. Yeah. No, no, I get you. Really want a cigarette. Don't smoke, kids. But yes, go to a sky park. It's awesome. Yeah, is that what they're called? Sky Park? I don't know. I really want to. But now it's fucking winter, so I guess you could still go. Maybe see the northern lights. But going alone can really give this awesome sense of reward and independent freedom. You should smoke some pipe tobacco instead and ditch all the extra chemicals. Yeah. Pipe tobacco always felt rough to me. I'm gonna try to quit smoking, like, go on vape for a little while and then nothing. Check the weather. We unfortunately had a lot of conflict. Yeah, that'd definitely be something to check. You're right. Get all the way up there and it's overcast. That would suck. Stargazing. Yeah, it's all the same. I went to a smoke shop near me and this Asian dude gave me 3 cigarettes for free. I asked for one. Nice. Free is good. Yeah, yeah. He was like, nice. Did you ever hear about that French scientist in the 1700s waited for that comet to pass? Waited his whole life, lived in Paris, and the comet would only be visible in a certain part of like Southeast Asia or something. So he voyaged for months, crossing around the Cape of Africa, got all the way there, had everything set up, and like he missed it. But the comet would be visible again in like another year or two. So he waited and he was like, I didn't come all this way. So he waited. In the night of the sighting, he got his telescope out, looked up at the sky, and it was overcast. The comet wouldn't come around for another 118 years. I always give all the smoke I can and have extra lighters for people to ask for one. I got a box of lighters, man. This dude up at the corner store kept giving me extra lighters. For like a few extra dollars. But then he would pocket the money. That's like a tale stargazers would tell to make sure you check the weather. Yeah. Yeah. I heard that from Vsauce. You want to jump on 3i Atlas? Do you think it's an alien ship? Yeah, I haven't seen Vsauce videos in like years, but I remember them. Really cool stuff. The hell is that? I mean, we got the ISS, we got shit going around, satellites. I wish it were aliens. I love YouTube vids about space. Yeah. Crazy science experience. Oh, I got it. Space is cool. Because it's the final frontier. So unknown and vast. Yeah. Earth may just be like a known spectacle for other aliens. They like check on Earth and they're like, I wonder what Earth's up to. They swing around every couple hundred years. Yeah, SETI. I think they mentally project here. Do you really? Do you think there's aliens among us? Those are the light orbs we see. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. I forgot this. Oh, the cough syrup. Grandpa's old cough medicine. Mm-hmm. I think if aliens truly made contact with us in a big way, like in an overt way, people would freak the fuck out. Most would. People can't even handle little things. Can you imagine an unknown creature dropping from the sky? How out of control that would feel. You have no control. You have no idea what they are, what it is, what they want. And you just see pods falling from the sky. Like everything is suspended. Everything you've ever known, every law vanishes. We'd pretty much have to change how we got about everything. Yeah. And pray to God that they're nice. God would be in question. Not God. Government would 100% be almost out the window. Well, that's what I mean is they'd probably, any civilization or any power that could make it here would look at our governments and stuff and be like, the fuck is this? Get out of the way. I guess, you know, then any aliens that would bother to do that would do that probably for a reason. I feel like we live in a very ancient time. we still do ancient things that one day will come off as being looked back on as being very primitive and ancient. We're still in that epoch. Tell the government to sit the fuck down. Yeah, I mean, Elon Musk has changed his profile to Kekimus Maximus the Troll. What? What is that? Is that frog thing? All right. Yeah, what is Kekimus Maximus? The troll. I'm surprised there's not more trolls on here. Where's Bozo? He looks like a mix of Warhammer 40k and a Roman legionnaire. See, I had a roommate who's super into Warhammer 40k or whatever, but I don't know. I'm a cave person. I don't know about video games and shit. I know about Rome. Well, there's this one troll. He's called like Bozo the Clown or something. He pops in here. The other night I had to kick him out because he kept making fun of other people. Some clowns do it out of a coping mechanism. Others actually do it because they wanted it to be their careers. I don't actually mind clowns. Like clowns. I don't like a lot of people are freaked out by clowns. I'm just not. I kind of like clowns. Not like clowns, but I don't mind them. Like clowns to me are not scary. You are a bit of a cave person. It's honestly very refreshing. You don't eat pizza, do you? Oh, hell yeah, I'll eat some cheese pizza. I just don't eat meat, so my pizza's pretty boring to most people. Papa John's cheese pizza. But yeah, I'm pretty technologically illiterate. I can barely hold this up. I don't know what video game, like 4K or whatever. 4K. Warhammer. I played Civilization, Minecraft, and Far Cry twice. No, it's all about the Pepto. Cheese is like the best part of the pizza. Oh, yeah. Sometimes you just get impatient and tear the cheese off. If you ever do grilled cheese sandwich, bro, add cheddar cheese. And also Leicester slice it. The greatest accomplishments come from a challenge. Indeed. Publix has it. I don't know. Minecraft. Hello, Slimp? Is that an L? No, that's a 1. Sorry. Yeah, I like Minecraft. I'm not ashamed to admit it. My brother told me it's a kid's game. I don't give a shit. And I only do survival. It was my nephew, actually, who showed me Minecraft to begin with. Then I kind of got hooked on it. Then I had to sell my PlayStation 4 to pay an electric bill. Very sad. There wasn't the first time I had to sell something to pay an electric bill. Ebonics, what is that? My thing about kids content is just because it's appropriate for kids doesn't mean it also lacks value for adults. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Like I grew up with the Lincoln Logs. Do y'all remember Lincoln Logs? Like building stuff fascinates me. I build stuff for a living, like in real life, like retention walls and patios, stuff like that. So Minecraft was like, holy shit, it's like building stuff, but I'm not actually sweating and bleeding. I think it's fun as fuck. You good now? What do you mean? Lincoln Logs are awesome for all ages. Yeah. And also part of the inspiration. Yeah, it could very well be. I think my generation, perhaps, maybe one of the last to actually play with toys. Now, all the kids, like my brother has 3 kids, they all have tablets and Switches or whatever and consoles, and I don't think they even know what a fucking tree is. Like the chronic, bubonic, come through like Hamasonic. Are you freestyling right now? I meet you when I'm on it. Coming through some chronic. My sister's kids have too many toys, but they are definitely all about the screens. Yeah. Like, I'm not knocking games or whatever, but I think when I was his age, my nephew, I think, is 10. When I was his age, I did have a Game Boy that was black and white. I can't really remember. Hot Wheels, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I'm high on some Blackberry. I worked with a guy once who could freestyle rap really well. Not only really well, but bilingual. Like he could freestyle in Spanish and in English. Yeah, ain't gonna lie, me and my brother loved our Game Boys. He's the same age as you. He's 2 years older, so that'd make him 36. We're turning 40. Why are you getting chills right now? What you do now? Mainly read, write, work, watch the news, eat salad, sleep, nothing, stare into the abyss. Ever since the divorce, even when I was married, I stared into the abyss. What do you know? Oh, I'm trilingual. Really? Because I'm gonna learn Arabic and Russian. Interesting. Yeah, my brother turned 34 in July. Nice. Gonna start rapping. You should join that other live dude on this. He freestyles in like a shed with like Christmas lights and a bunch of material all over the walls. He'll just freestyle rap for hours. He's got like 13,000 followers or something. Can't think of his name. But I found him flipping through YouTube one day, and he was just like going on and on and on, just continuous. He didn't even breathe. I mean, half the words weren't understandable, but he didn't breathe. He was just like, and people, his little heart things were just going wild. He was getting like subscriptions. Mike Jones, that rings a bell. He had like a hat on, and then really random clothing. I'm working on learning Japanese at the moment. Oh, nice. I heard that's a really hard language to learn. I could get down Spanish too. Yeah, this guy was talented. Hello, Yui. How are you? Oh my god, my neck. We. My neck just snapped. What are you up to, Yui? Where'd you teleport from? Do some warm up yoga. I tried to get into yoga, but It just hurt my back more. Nick sent me here. Hi, Bose. Who's Nick? Nice. Bored? What are you bored of? What will you do? Which doesn't include boredom is a glorious thing. Some of the best ideas come from boredom. Some of the worst ones too, but all right, you. Thanks for stopping in. Blessed be. Wa alaikum assalam. Mm-hmm. Flipping quarters. Call it. You stand to win everything. I like to play that game of balance quarters. I'm confused. I don't know what's happening right now. You ever bounce quarters into a cup? Mm-mm. Mm. Pure fat. Interesting. Does anybody want to read the Bible? I hope y'all don't mind the King James Version. And Jonathan said to the young man that bare his armor, Come and let us go over unto the garrison of these uncircumcised. It may be that the Lord will work with us, for there is no restraint to the Lord to save by many or by few. Damn. They were really mad about them being uncircumcised. That always gets a few interesting folks stuck around here. Does the algorithm like listen to, like it hears Bible and it starts like moving? I don't know. How's that shit work? Zoom catch. I'll back you up with the parallel quotes. Oh, I see what you're saying. It makes me wonder. Because there have been instances where I've been on here and I'll just randomly read the Bible and then 20 people will show up. First Samuel chapter 12, verse 24. Only fear the Lord and serve him in truth with all your heart. For consider how great things he hath done for you. But if ye shall still do wickedly, ye shall be consumed, both ye and your king. It's pretty metal. Fear the Lord. What does that mean? It's controversial. I think people dig that. There's always no buzzing. Oh, I see what you mean. What does it mean to fear the Lord? Hallelujah. Praise Yah. The Bible does like to say that a lot. It means to love God and keep his commandments. Fear him. Fear. Sometimes I think people don't take God seriously enough. Like Proverbs. The Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel, to know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, and judgment, and equity, to give stability to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion. A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels. To understand a proverb and the interpretation, the words of the wise and their dark sayings. Verse 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. My son, hear the instruction of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother, for they shall be an ornament of grace unto thy head, and chains about thy neck. It means to know him and keep the commandments given in Exodus, passed down by Moses to generations. Is that what you think? Surely in vain the net is spread in the sight of any bird, and they lay wait for their own blood. They lurk privily for their own lives. So are the ways of every one that is greedy of gain, which taketh away life of the owners thereof. I wonder what capitalists think about that. Yeah, what do you think? Oh, nice. What's up, Anthony? God is good and is very high. Hi, how are you? Knowing and love are different words of fear. Wisdom crieth out, she uttereth her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates. In the city she uttereth her words, saying, How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners of delight in their scorning, and the fools hate knowledge. Turn ye at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you, and I will make known my words unto you. Because I have called and ye refused. I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and would none my reprove. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me, for that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. What's up, Anthony? To fear the Lord means to keep his commandments and love God. It's very simple, really. Huh. Do you consider yourself part of the covenant of the Jews of Israel, of Moses on Mount Sinai? I am above the law, for the old law has been done away with. So what is your law now? The new covenant is a blood covenant. I don't really see fear as a positive. Huh. My son, forget not my law, but let thine heart keep my commandments. For length of days and long life and peace shall they add to thee. Let not mercy and truth forsake thee. Bind them about thy neck, write them upon the table of thine heart. So shalt thou find favor and good understanding in the sight of God and man. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not on thine own understanding. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 3 through 5. They could have used the word respect. They chose not to very intentionally. Don't you respect equals? The Bibles have been rewritten, but they tried to keep it similar to the original. I see God as an equal, much to the dismay of most Christians. Interesting. Honor the Lord with thy substance and with the first fruits of all thine increase. For whom the Lord loveth, he correcteth, even as a father the son in whom he delighteth. The Lord by wisdom hath founded the earth, by understanding hath he established the heavens. You put awesome thought into things, and I love that. Are you talking to me? Not the outward appearance. Oh, okay. Oh, hey, Lisa. Wisdom is a tree of life. Yes, Chris, I'm talking to you. Oh, okay. You think deeply on nearly everything. And it shows. Interesting. You talking to me? Well, are you punk? Is that a movie reference? Keep my commandments and live, and my law as the apple of thine eye. Bind them upon thine fingers, and write them upon the table of thine heart. Say unto wisdom, Thou art my sister, and call understanding thy kinswoman, that they may keep thee from the strange woman, from the stranger which flattereth with her words. For at the window of my house I looked through my casement, and beheld among the simple ones, I discerned among the youths a young man void of understanding, passing through the street near her corner, and he went the way to her house. In the twilight, in the evening, in the black and dark night, and behold, there met him a woman with the attire of an harlot and a subtle heart. She is loud and stubborn, her feet abide not in her house. Scarface. For the good man is not at home. He is gone on a long journey. He hath taken a bag of money with him, and will come home at the day appointed. With her much fair speech she caused him to yield. With the flattering of her lips she forced him. He goeth after her straightway, as an ox goeth to the slaughter, or as a fool to the correction of the stocks, till a dart strike through his liver, as a bird hasteth to the snare, and knoweth not that it is for his life. Hearken unto me now, therefore, O ye children, and attend to the words of my mouth. Let not thine heart decline to her ways, go not astray in her paths, for she hath cast down many wounded, yea, many strong men have been slain by her. Her house is the way to hell, going down to the chambers of death. Damn. Wait, was I talking too much? Al Pacino. Man, I have quite a distaste for most religious acts, but I always admit I love how interesting the Bible is. Really? It's all vain and naught. None of this will matter. The end doesn't even matter. Linkin Park. There was a remake of that song that was interesting. I could listen to you talk all night, to be honest. Really? Thank you. Hi, I'm back. What are you reading? Currently reading Proverbs. Talking about some lady leading people to hell. How was your dinner? Stolen waters are sweet, and bread eaten in secret is pleasant, but he knoweth not that the dead are there, and that her guests are in the depths of hell. Proverbs chapter 9, verse 17 through 18. Six. Take me with. My dinner was delicious. Also had tomato soup and Greek salad. Did you have the feta cheese? I'm gonna become a 3-pack a day smoker. Fuck it. No, don't do that. No, this world is much more akin to purgatory. You quit? Good for you. Chapter 10. Treasures of wickedness profit nothing, but righteousness delivereth from death. The Lord will not suffer the soul of the righteous to famish, but he casteth away the substance of the wicked. He becometh poor that dealeth with a slack hand, but the hand of the diligent maketh rich. He that gathereth in summer is a wise son, but he that sleepeth in harvest is a son that causeth shame. Blessings are upon the head of the just, but violence covereth the mouth of the wicked. The memory of the just is blessed, but the name of the wicked shall rot. Mama ain't raised no quitter. Almost somehow cope me a cartoon. No feta cheese, just olive oil and vinaigrette. Sounds really good. You don't like goat milk? Have you read The Great Divorce by C.S. Lewis? No. How is it? Oh, wait. I missed my chance. It had a really cool depiction of purgatory. I do like it, but didn't have any feta. How about this book? Yeah, that's so I heard. Treasures of wickedness profit nothing. Wait, he wrote Narnia? Oh, he did. Because someone was saying that he based The Lion off of Jesus. They had me read Lord of the Flies. C.S. Lewis, Kahn, J.R.R. Tolkien, Kurt Vonnegut, Stephen King, James Cameron, J.K. Rowling, Nietzsche. Are these all people you've read and seen? I tried reading It by Stephen King. I got to like page 3. They pretty much all wrote about God. Oh, I see. Harry Potter kind of has that vibe. The focus on the battle of good and evil. Interesting. Did you like Twilight? You like vampires? lying lips are abomination to the Lord, but they that deal truly are his delight. Ah, the hand of the diligent shall bear rule, but the slothful shall be under tribute. Hi. You're immortal? Wait, are you telling me you're a vampire? Huh. Harry Potter is the best. I read it in English and Spanish, all the books. Nice. I read the first Harry Potter. I just think it's too bad that I heard that J.K. Rowling hates trans people. I don't know if that's true or not. Well, I can time travel using meditation, astral projection. Good movie for sure. Yeah, she might, but that was mostly just hate to get people hyped up. Huh. Wait. And I can do time reversal? Really? She not only hates trans people, but she made her whole personality and platform all about hating and discriminating against trans people. For real? I don't think she really cares. Just latched onto it. Someone told me that she was what's called a TERF. Hello, Chris Higgins. Hi, Chris. Nice to see you streaming live again this evening. I hope this is bringing your book more support and attention. That is my hope. Partially. Frail eagles aplenty in that age group. Well, yeah. I don't know. I just think it's pretty shitty of her. If I'm being real. it very much tracks that somebody, a person, could be, their soul could be more feminine than their body is, vice versa. That tracks. I mean, it makes sense according to my religion. What's everyone's drug of choice? Cigarettes, for now. It's a lot of drugs. I think we're suffering from an overabundance of masculinity. You know, that's the funny thing about toxic masculinity is it's almost mutates into not even masculinity. Something else, something more juvenile. Something trying to be masculine, but failing. Real masculinity is more sure of itself. You know what I mean? Real masculinity isn't threatened by petty things. I heard DMT is life-changing. That's what I heard too. Real masculinity starts from within. Yeah, it's like it doesn't have to assert itself. Like you'll know a king when you see one. You know what I mean? Metaphorically. Like you'll know a lion doesn't have to say, "Hey, I'm a lion." You know it's a lion. The masculinity that grows from the mutation of this hyper, almost boyish, I don't know the word for it, over asserts itself as masculinity. And then people see that and they're like, oh, that's masculinity? No, it's boyishness. That would be my guess. Got that right. Real masculinity is threatened is the key for sure. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I can move planters and shit. Masculinity is just think it and do it. Planets. Oh, you can move planets? Real masculinity is strong and kind. The softest sounds can still be the most powerful. Well, yeah, masculinity doesn't stomp its feet. That's what I mean. It's like, what's that thing they call? I'm sorry, I'm so behind on the times. The manosphere? Is that what it's called? The manosphere? Like, Andrew Tate, Fuentes, maybe. Am I getting that wrong? Free will, baby. I know more about femininity than masculinity. What is femininity? What is that to you? Noosphere. Noosphere? You're ahead of the times on me when it comes to the manosphere. I think the movie Henry is underrated. What is the movie Henry? Kate, yeah. Well, toxic masculinity is frustrated. It's like pining, reaching. You get what I'm saying? Like a mountain is just a fucking mountain. You see a mountain and it's a mountain. It doesn't have to assert. It's a foundation. But so is femininity, in my view, in a different way. It's all like a thing. Femininity is inspiration and change, openness. I think the movie, and I know the movie, The Departed is underrated. Oh, The Departed, yeah. The Departed collaboration. Yeah, that's the whole point and purpose. Collaboration, right? Union, in a good way. Are you still talking about The Departed? Masculinity is a mountain and femininity is a raging river. Interesting, yeah. That makes sense. The Landlord in the movie Henry is a Crook. I've never seen that movie. Or even just a mighty trickle that grows. Yeah. There definitely is in modern conventional religion an overemphasis on patriarchy without the matriarchy. Wasn't always that way. But that's why a lot of conventional contemporary traditions are heavily reliant on patriarchal, importantly, not necessarily masculine. Patriarchy and masculine aren't always the same thing. In fact, an overabundance of patriarchy can actually be bad for masculinity. Usually is. Masculinity is immovable and femininity finds any path. You watched over 600 movies during the pandemic. 600? The cars are blowing up tonight. Dude's got pipes on that thing. You mean like music? Oh, right. Damn. Damn. Oh my goodness. Big old pipes on them big old fast cars. crooks are out tonight. What you talking about? Isn't it Saturday? It's probably just all the mischief people. All the kids causing mischief. The sun sets on the good and the bad, saith the Lord. Amen. Hour till my B-day. Happy birthday. Praise Jeebus and happy birthday. There are so many videos on YT about trauma-informed and trauma treatment. Depression, cure, anxiety. Really? It's just not right. Oh, I was gonna ask somebody. Absolutely no pressure. But if somebody bought the book, like ordered it for real, who's watching, did you order it? Like, I know that sounds like a weird question. Like, is that a confirmed order? Okay. The reason I ask is because nothing showed up on the thing. So I was wondering, with the Amazon, it can be slow. So I was like kind of worried that my shit was like hijacked or something. Because I'm like new to the whole self-publishing stuff. So I wanted to confirm that somebody actually did place an order so that then I know it's just the regular delay of like the chart thingy. Oh, okay. Yeah, if you feel like it, feel free. It would be my honor. Potato. Why'd you say potato? I just worry about like all this like cyber attacks and stuff. There's actually a funny story about the book that I thought was kind of funny. Maybe it's not. Um do I just say it? So when you publish on Amazon for your book title, it will you have to have also an author profile so that it has your name as being the author of this book, but it's on a different database. So like it's not on Amazon.com, it's on something called like Goodreads or something. But so when I watched this YouTube video, this woman was talking about this whole concept of having an author profile thing. And she said it's a good idea for like especially first time authors to double check that your title matches your profile, because what sometimes happens or can happen is that your title is assigned to somebody else, so they actually own it. So the first couple weeks of having published it, I went to check and I typed in Prophet of God, whatever, didn't come up. I was like, shit. But then I searched some more and it said Prophet of God by Chris Cooper. And I was like, oh, that's like me, right? So I clicked on it. It was a different Chris Cooper. A guy named Chris Cooper had been automatically assigned it under this long list of other works that he did. He's an artist for the Church of Satan out of San Francisco, California. He's associated, I don't know if any of you know about the Church of Satan by Anton LaVey, but it's based in San Francisco. So it had, Chris Cooper, Satan drawing, Chris Cooper portraits, had all these files of his own work that he did. And then at the very bottom, it said Prophet of God by Chris Cooper. So the algorithm had automatically assigned him my title. So for like a week, this book was technically owned by the Church of Satan. Of course, I got it all fucking worked out, but like, I thought that was weird. Read Kurt Vonnegut, bro. Why does he sound familiar? Kurt Vonnegut. Yeah. Yeah, because so the last time that I had seen that Chris Cooper was back when I was a late teenager. I think I was 19. I actually bought the Satanic Bible and read it. That was when the period of time when I was like doing a lot of soul searching. I don't know if I've talked about this before, but like I literally looked at everything from that to Sikhism to like I was researching all these different religions. So that was the last time I had seen that Chris Cooper, was that when I was like doing a little like amateur research about LaVeyan Satanism. So it was kind of like ironic. DB Cooper disappeared. I heard he was my uncle. OMG, so are you a Satanist? No. I just own, well, I'm not a Satanist, but I do know about LaVeyan Satanism. Satanism means to worship the worldly things, do what thou wilt. Yeah, there's all kinds of like flavors of it. Like you're talking about Aleister Crowley, the Golden Dawn, stuff like that. This particular, the Satanic Bible, is just a tiny little book written by this guy named Anton LaVey. And it's basically atheism with cosplay, like as a religion. It's like a whole religious institution or whatever, but they don't actually believe in an entity. It's basically atheism with dark themes. Golden Dawn is a cool title. Yeah, I think that's part of the Aleister Crowley thing. Founded some institution. He wrote like a book called The Book of the Law. Never read it. Supposedly dictated by a spirit. All that stuff. OMG, I need to come save Bubby. Save Bubby? What do you think I'd sacrifice? Exactly like Judas Priest. Yeah. Thanks for sharing that. I just like the name of the Golden Dawn. Yeah, it is a cool name, yeah, for sure. Crowley, I'm not like a big fan of. I don't mean to offend anybody. I don't like him. He's all right. It's whatever. I've read books that aren't known to most people, so I wouldn't be surprised by anything you may have read, my friend. Yeah, yeah. Don't mind the stuff I've heard about this type of Satanism. LaVeyan Satanism is almost like the default animalistic religion. I'm trying to put words together on the fly here. It's basically self-worship. It's like the highest virtue is selfishness and self-interest. So it's almost like the default dark nature that it's almost an anti-religion, but not. It's very interesting. I still have my copy of the Satanic Bible. I don't know nothing about Crowley. I don't know much either, but what I heard I just didn't like. Mr. Crowley, what went in your head? Is that a song? Oh, yeah, Ozzy. Na, rana, bara, bara, na, 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 na. Oh, hey, Helena, how are you? Is that where all the hearts were coming from? It's the opposite of love of God, but it's just a mockery. It's a vanity of vanities. Pretty much. Or the acknowledgement that everything is vain. The difference being that, kind of strangely, in my belief, everything except God is vain. But God is the epitome of all goodness. The rest is shed away. I'm good, Chris. How are you? I'm good. So you believe in the devil? Not in any conventional sense of the word, but I believe that basically what I call God, Allah, has a shadow. It's like a whole thing. To every light, there's a shadow. The reconciliation of light and shadow is what this is, what reality is. But there's no the devil. Like, basically, there's God and God's. There is God in God's mercy, and there's God in God's just. It's the interaction of the light and the shadow, that duality of God, that creates the illusion of there being evil, but the illusion is so strong that it feels real, if that makes sense. To say illusion isn't in a dismissive way because there is evil, it's felt by real people, but ultimately it's an illusion. Good question. It's a free will choice that demonstrates that the flesh is weak, but the soul. Who? You heard owls? Where's owls? In a simple way of putting it, the devil is God pissed off. Is God agitated, frustrated? The process of God is agitated, thus evil. You know I'm here if I spend. I appreciate the hearts. I don't know what they mean, but I appreciate them. Helena's. The spine is a mystery. The spine is a mystery. Here, what the fuck? Your description was so good. It's all out of Sunesis. Like, I'm just quoting that pretty much. But thank you. Spinal Tap. Ooh. No. I heard those are super painful. Anything biological is a crazy mystery. Yeah, that's the basically the interaction of the duality of God's person is what has produced what we see and are. Like, that's what God is. People like don't think of God as out there. God is out there, but God is as far away as the edge of the known universe to as close as the tip of your nose. Like, literally, it's all the same. I mean, this sounds really hippie, but it's all the same wavelengths. It's a band. Spinal Tap is a band? Ouch. Sunessa sounds incredible. Thank you. Yeah, it's actually referenced in my fiction book. This, I don't know if you heard of it. It's called Prophet of God by Chris Cooper. Was that appropriate? From the UK, mate. You're from the UK? You had a spinal tap once? I'm sorry. Did they give you medication? That's very close to my view, too. Yeah. The entire list. At least what I focus on when I think God. Yeah. It's just that word God is like almost useless. Just because it's been so used. I almost want to use the word deity, because even using the word God implies, what about the goddess, or the form of the divine that is feminine? So I almost want to say deity. I know Wiccans do that, but it's true, like, or providence, but that sounds kind of impersonal. You're promoting your book any chance you get, and I love it. I'm trying to think of rules, like if the word prophet is mentioned, or you know what I mean? Because I don't want to just like constantly just make a commercial, because ads annoy me. Deity ministry. I like the word deity. But if you were to say you're talking to somebody who understood Christianity traditionally, just for example, and you said deity, they would be like, so I say God, you know. And then if I say Allah, that's a whole other thing. They were like, what? You mean Allah? No, not, no, never mind. I just say God. Yeah, we are literally above all. Feels good, man. Is that another band? Oh. Why did the hopeless romantic say no to love? Because they were hurt? Didn't want to be hurt again? Chris, I hope you're doing well today. I hope you're doing well too, Helena. I appreciate you dropping by. I'm doing okay. It's very cold. Wish I was somewhere else. Because in case of heartbreak. What are you trying to say, Pink Fur? Speak to me. Plain. He didn't want to fall in love because his legs already broke from last time. Right. Of course. I'm glad you're okay. I always love seeing your lives. Makes me happy. Well, I'm glad I can make you happy. That's what I'm here for. Why are you scared? Where is Bobby? Girl, look he's chilling. Is he down there? I don't know if you can see that. Would you think he wasn't okay? Yeah, he's a good puppy. What are some places you would move to if you could? California, France, Germany, Italy, England. Northern Cali is dope. North Cali with the redwoods. I've never been Northern Cali. I bet it is cool. France and Italy sound lit. Yeah, I'm actually learning French right now. Italy looks beautiful. Italy is beautiful. I've been there twice. What? For real? I'm jealous. Where'd you go? Naples? Roma? Tuscany? I would love to be on the Mediterranean. Yeah, I just want to see the Mediterranean in general too. Ever been to Spain? No. Japan would be awesome. Yeah, I would visit Japan. Barcelona. Mm-hmm. Ireland is one place I'd want to go to. I've been to Barcelona. They're mad at the tourists now? What? I want to go to Rome so bad. Roma. I want to stand in the Forum. Walk the Appian Way. Colosseum. Rome. Rome is epic, so gorgeous. Rome smells bad. So I'm surprised. Does it really? Hmm. What is with all these notifications about the news? The world's just falling apart. Well, I have to say, in this light, you look very good tonight. Thanks, David. I think I'm okay. I appreciate your sentiment. It isn't falling apart. You look good every night. Thank you. I'm glad you think so. I just think there are some much more handsome dudes out there. Like, damn. But I do appreciate it. Do you all know who Johnny Valentine is? But you have depth in the soul that is very attractive. You think so? Thank you. Yeah, I think he's a singer. Somehow I ran across some of his stuff. I think he's Jared Leto's son. Good looking guy. Beauty radiates just as much from within, for sure. Yeah. Poor Bubby, I hope he makes it tonight. It's not a full moon. I'm not a werewolf. I would never sacrifice Bubby. No. Major. I married a woman that after 10 years of marriage, she said she has attraction to women. What should I do as a husband? Here's a question I feel so helpless. Is she lesbian or just has an attraction? You remind me of Jim Morrison, more or less, with your thoughts and just kind of demeanor. That name sounds so familiar. LOL, I'm just kidding. Hee hee. Slight werewolf vibes, no doubt. She just revealed it to me. We have 3 kids. all you can do is talk to her about it. Are you on a talking basis where you can talk about things like that comfortably? The Doors lead singer, The Doors. Ah, Chris, will you ever cut your hair? You want me to grab the buzzer? Say no because I love you long. Oh, I'll cut it live right now. I don't know, no matter what, it's really up to her. That is a tough situation depending. Yeah, I guess I would just need more context. I'm gonna go to bed right now, so I'm gonna say goodnight. All right, David, thanks for coming in. Appreciate your presence. I hope you have a good night. She said she is getting old and she wants to be happy and follow her attraction. She wants to leave me with 3 kids. I just feel hopeless. Well, marriage is an agreement to union, and if one side of that union is not agreeing, then so it goes. If you're able to talk to her about it, like, are you asking what I would do? If you were to talk about it, maybe there's things that you could figure out amongst yourselves in the institution of your own marriage to try to see, like, if something can be worked out. But that's between you and your wife. Yeah. Or that. Good night, all. Good night, Chris. Good night, Chris. Thank you for coming in. You going to sleep too? All right, good night. Thank you, Helena, for coming in. I appreciate everything. Sorry to bug you with that. I just feel lost and alone. Well, don't feel bad. You're not alone. Can't talk about it to anyone because it's really embarrassing. Don't be embarrassed. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. A lot of times people, because of circumstances, aren't ready, or because of circumstances prohibit them from, coming to realize certain things about themselves that they hadn't before. It could be anything from that to curiosity. Who knows? But you don't have to feel embarrassed of all things. Looks like it's just you and me and Bubby then. Yeah, everybody's jumping ship. You're experiencing a difficult thing you couldn't have prevented. Yeah, what we would said. That's an articulate way of putting it. Just don't blame yourself. And then just don't blame it all. Why are you worried? Are you worried for Bubby? Bubby's a rabbit, not a chicken. I only sacrifice chickens. Come on now. Jeez. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I told you I'm not a Satanist. I only worship Lucifer. Lucifer doesn't like being called Satan. What? I got on the Discord thing. Didn't I send you a message, or did I not do it right? I wish I could fucking play Minecraft. Wait, really? Holy shit. Could my phone play Minecraft? Can I ask really, why did you choose the name Chris Cooper? Was it related to Satanism? Oh, that's your angle. You thought I named it after Chris Cooper, the satanic artist. Chris Cooper is my real name. I am Chris Cooper. Bro, just sitting there. Yep, I am. That's how I play it. That's crazy. Now I'm going to have to look that up. It'd be kind of small, but whatever. I wish you could play Civilization on your phone. I remember when I was with my ex-wife, I hope I don't bring her up too much. I'm like over everything, but we did a lot together. I got into this game, like really into it, and she thought it was so stupid. It was some kind of gardening gnome game where you built like a house and you made a garden. It was Minecraft-esque, but she used to make fun of me a lot for it. Oh, I only heard ex-wife once more. Yeah. I'm jaded as shit. I'm jaded and bitter. I'm a jaded, bitter person. And I hold grudges. Yeah, I thought it was cool. You like built up crops and kind of reminded me of like a gnome version of Age of Empires or something. I have an ex-wife too. Oh, do you? She was actually in town recently, and yeah, she was in town with her new man because they live elsewhere. With what's his name? What's his name? Dickhead or something? I don't know. Sounds like Farmville. Yeah, similar, very similar. My ex-wife was a sociopath. Is a sociopath. Really? I'm sorry. That would be difficult. Yeah, I can't remember. I think it's asshole or just dick. I don't know. Pissant? Something like that. Sly motherfucker? I don't know. It's whatever. I'm over it. Nah, I don't know. With my ex-wife, it just turned out that she never really felt anything for me. I'm sorry. I somehow missed that. That must have been really hard for you. It's okay to feel this way. Hmm. I'm a content dude these days. That's really good to hear. You've grown a lot. Hmm. I'm really petty and immature. I value people who show they value me. It's to be expected after what you've been through. There's some people in your life that you want to be like happy for, you want to be happy for, and maybe you partially are, but there's just a part of me that's like, fuck you. You know what I mean? Good for you. In your fucking house. Oh my gosh, we went to the park together. Good for you. I'm tired of being fake. I was both like, fuck you and best of luck. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I know she ain't yelling at him like she yelled at me. Or maybe she does and he likes it. She used to yell at me all the time. God damn. I think we are constantly told we must be happy and forgiving for those who hurt us. It's counterproductive. Yeah, it's a good point, Pinkfur. We're all on our own paths of growth. This is something I feel kind of petty about. One day she called me asking for advice. And I'm like, I don't know. Why don't you ask your man for advice? Talk to him about it. I mean, it was like something, what do you say? Kind of profound or whatever. I actually was taken back a bit because it's such a thing that when we were together, we just talked about pretty regularly, but she sounded as if he didn't. So she called me. She was like, I need your advice on something. I'm like, talk to your fucking Eric or whatever the fuck. That was like, I don't know. She's struggling a bit more with her path, I think. Yeah. That's why I told you personally I would never keep in touch with an ex. Never. Well, I'm just like, yeah, I see what you're saying. It was just so quick. It's like a few weeks after we split. She gets with homie. A few weeks. Maybe that's not quick. I don't know. I'm like, you gotta be alone a little longer. I don't know. Reflect. Which people told me was like indicative. I don't believe it, but they said that was indicative that what they have was likely started long before, like it was already going. But I don't know. God only knows. I've come to believe that a truly healthy relationship is based on open communication, connection of many people. Yeah. Unbelievable. Two people closing themselves off and trying to deal with each other's problems by themselves. Sorry. Yeah, that's what people tell me. At least something was already going. But the thing is like, if she fooled me to that level, I'm not saying she did, because I don't personally think she did. I'm not like against believing that it's possible, but if she did, then yeah, fuck all that. Then that makes you think when you look back on it, well, if that person who went to me at those depths for that long can do that, then I'm a fool. Then anybody could fool me. So, fuck it. That's kind of the thought process. Yeah, you know what I mean? Because I had no idea. Like, I knew they were friends because she asked me about it. She was like, "Can we be friends?" And I'm like, "Sure, you can have a guy friend. I trust you. What am I gonna do? Keep you from having friends?" Mm-hmm. That's how I felt too. But then I realized that she was a bit of a freak incident. Not the norm by any means. Was she really? Yeah. Huh. That's unfortunate. You had to go through that. Mm-hmm. Was it that bad? I'm sorry. Hmm. Hmm. So you feel like you at least gleaned some knowledge from the whole thing. Do you like 420? No, no. It paranoids me. I get scared. Like a lot. I wish I liked it. I've tried it many times. Get scared every time. Except gummies. Like a small, tiny cut of a gummy. Like a little gummy bear. That's pretty chill. I don't become paranoid. I gleaned huge knowledge from it. LOL, same. It really set the scene for how I view love today. How do you view love today? Amen. That's a really good way of putting it. Two or more, yeah. Yeah. That experience taught me to reconsider love entirely and land on that conclusion. Wow. It's really profound. What do you think about when people sleep with married people and say, what do you think about when people sleep with married people and say, well, I didn't make the vows? What do you mean? I'm not sure I get it. Oh, you mean the one from outside the marriage says that. Okay. Sorry, I'm dumb. Which was in turn allowed me to love more deeply than ever. People make excuses for anything, in my opinion. To me, like, relationship, in my opinion, is all about communication, and deceit in any form tends to diminish that concept of communication. So it's like, I get sometimes the dynamic I've heard about is like that type of stuff where it's like, I actually have worked, well, can I say this shit? It's all anonymous anyway. I've worked with people, I've known people who have done stuff like that. And the first thought I had was like, just because you can doesn't mean you should. Like, it just, well, it's not my fault. You know, it's like, well, it's not, I don't know. It's almost the same vein as thievery. It's almost the same vein as, it's just icky. Plus, it can become other stuff. Like, I don't know. Communication to me is so vital to a relationship that that's why, like, in my own relationship, honesty was paramount, even maybe to the degree of possible discomfort. Maybe not to that degree, but I think that honesty is like essential. I don't mean that as a cliche, I mean that literally. Like, the relationship isn't sustainable if you don't know who you're in a relationship with, truly. And the only way for you to know is if they reveal, and to be able to be vulnerable. That's what a relationship is, like, in my opinion. Marriage, whatever, it doesn't 100%. Yeah, it's the bridge. That is the bridge, is communication. In many forms, not just verbal actions. There are all kinds of ways to communicate to somebody that you love them. Sacrifice your time. Being honest involves many things, not just speaking honest things or accurate information, which is like partly why, like, I think that, just as an example of many, like my ex was probably not honest in the degree I was. I'm not trying to brag, but I was raw honest. Like, I didn't play bullshit. Truly. But what the fuck can you expect? A relationship without communication is just forced proximity. Exactly. It's like the best way of putting it right there. Even that can be fake, sadly. Yeah. Yeah. No, it ain't bragging. It's unfortunate to thousands of people. Right. Well, I mean, that's the troubling part to me. It's not even, if she had been like, hey, met this guy at work, me and him talk a lot. I wouldn't have been mad. Like, talk to me. Tell me your real thoughts. That's what I'm doing here. If I don't get the real you, who does? Like, I don't know. Especially in marriage or whatever. If you want to put a label on it. Childish. Hardly ever got, like, I don't know. One's trying to be real and others take advantage of kindness. All I know is pretty much always a beautiful thing if you're honest about it. Yeah. And now with the dick face, I mean, her man, sorry, he's probably a cool guy. I don't know him that well. Her man, they're probably like in love and shit. So a part of me is like, that's cool. It's always nice to see a loving people. But then there's that other part that's like, fuck off, you know? Like, I hope it works out. Truly. Even if it's hard, it's still probably by nature beautiful if you're real about it. Yeah. It's whatever. I'm fed up with all of it. That's why I'm like not even. I'll only deal with real. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you talked about the dating trends or whatever before, didn't you? Is that like something you can search, like quote dating trends? Is that like a list? Yeah, that's why I'm like, I'm too old for this shit. Do you have any local pizza joints, like small town pizza? I like food. Um, yeah, there's one up the road called Fox's Pizza. That's really good, especially their uh cheese. Yeah, yeah, it's good. It's fire. It's pretty lit. Yeah, they're really good. I wish I could get one right now. Tell me more about your life. Cheese, lol. Yeah. I'm surprised there's not more trolls. What time do they close? I think 10. No, it's 11:30. Right before my birthday. Happy birthday. Can you shout out my friend? They probably close at 9:30 or something. What's his name? I just want to give a shout out to Gabe. Sounds like a cool name. It's short for Gabriel, right? How's it going, Gabriel? I don't want to say his last name because you never know who's listening. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm on that Eastern Standard. I'm literally pretty close to Central. I did. I don't want to endanger Gabriel. There could be like Russian spies listening to this live. What if they knew his full name? You know what I'm saying? Why would you want to do that to your friend? Kanye West new album, Jesus Lord So Cooked. Oh, good. That's one thing that's I don't want to assume genders, but I'm going to assume Gabriel is a guy. Mr. Owner. Is Axel Swings. Why do you want, like, what's so bad about saying gay boner? Gay boner. Gay boner. Gay boner. Gay boner. Gay boner. And Mike Wazowski. Oh, I thought that was YouTube notifying me that I can't say gay boner. Hi. Yeah, I know. Probably 12 years old. Oh, finished with Henry. It was sick. It was sick? What happened to Henry? What? Twilight? I'm seeing messages from you on the Discord, by the way. Shit. I'm sorry I suck. Stigmata. What's up, Padre Pio? Oh my god. I'll send you some screenshots to help you on Facebook if you need it. Okay. I thought I sent it. Is Bubby gonna be okay? Shit. Poor Bobby. He's got really nice fur. He's a good boy. There he is, eating. Can you hear me now, or are you just ignoring me? He's just ignoring me. He doesn't give a fuck. He's like, fuck you, where are my treats? Healthy fur is a good sign. That's good. Yeah, every time people have petted him and stuff, they say he's super soft. He's really chunky. Should have named him Chunk. No, Bubby. He's getting old. They say rabbits live about 10 years. I think he's almost 6. What's up, Jeremy? I'm doing. Been a lot of people calling in to the show, wanting shout outs for their random friends. How are you? So when you gonna go on an adventure and see some of the world? Soon. Soon. Yeah. Okay, I washed dishes and put laundry away. That's good. It's getting some things done around the house. Soon. Not much, is feeling okay. Are you still in the hospital? We should meet up somewhere cool and swap some stories. Sure. Is that the Australian guy? Negative. I'm afraid to read shit now. Meet me in Paris? Yeah, I am. I'm sorry, Jeremy. Oop. Message retracted. Message retracted. Bubby could kick my ass. Hi. Sorry, Gaming. How are you? Yeah, Pink. That's why I'm wondering about this algorithm. Like, it's listening to me, so I bet it's like, if I say troll, it'll probably be like, well, I don't know how you'd identify trolls. Trolls, trolls, trolls. Bozo the Clown, trolls. Or maybe it's like the devil. I don't know. Can you please go get him so I can see him? No. Scary, to be honest. Your face has hang on. Your face has sexual dimorphism, but that is a canceled till all you need a trip to Turkey? Am I reading that right? What is sexual dimorphism? Go to Turkey? I'll have to look that up. Okay, sexual, we know that. Die is 2. Morph would be change, correct? So sexual dimorphism would mean I don't know. Are you still keeping your promise? Yes. I showed you the boots yesterday. You saw them with your own eyes. You saw the laces. From the Googles, sexual dimorphisms refer to the differences in appearance, such as size, color, and other traits between males and females of the same species. Sexual dimorphism. So what would it mean that somebody's face had sexual dimorphism and that they need to go to Turkey? That's all I got. There's some weird shit going on. Or they're saying you look male? That's what it means. In short, you are really attractive, but your eyes need some fixation, so an eye surgery will fix that, which is easily available in Turkey. Why Turkey in particular? Do they have some kind of subsidy for eye surgery? In short, you are really attractive, your eyes need some fixation. My eyes need fixation. You mean need fixing or need to fixate more on stuff? Like, see, I thought you were saying like sexual dimorphism. The first thing that came up in my head was androgyny, that somebody looks both male and female. So you're saying that I have model potential, but I would need slight modification. Would that make me a lot of money? Specifically, would it help in selling literature? If I had my eyes rearranged? Oh, 100%. That's the whole goal. Everything is just materialistic and surface level that I ever do. The whole goal is money. My brother is a model and a millionaire, so yeah. For real? And what do you do for a living? I build stuff outside, put rocks together. I'm a bum. Well, I mean, it's probably late for me to be a model now. Like, I'm old. There was a time me and my brother walked into, what was it? Hollister. No, Abercrombie. And this woman stopped us and she was like asking us about modeling. It was weird. Career street dweller. Did you really have to mention trolls? That is kind of weird. Trolls. 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 What about trolls? Orc. Wait, so like, if I became a model, would it help me sell books? Just per se? Just as an example? Like, suppose I took a photo shoot, but I was holding a book. Would that be more successful? Like, would it go viral on Instagram? All right, man. Have fun in your voice chat. Yeah, definitely. We humans obviously get our eyes toward people with good genes. Happy birthday to me. Oh, that's sweet. Happy birthday in a minute. That'll probably a book too. Whoop diddy whoop. Shoot me a message on Facebook so you can do Discord thing. Okay. Want me to buy your book? I'm so happy you said the word book. My book is this. It's called Prophet of God. It's by a guy named Chris Cooper. This is the paperback version. It's a mystery, supernatural kind of. It has elements of a lot of different genres. It contains topics regarding real life situations, real life dilemmas. I tried to make it concise. It's like 79,000 words, which sounds like a lot, but a typical novel is something like 100,000. So I tried to design it to be concise, engaging. I hope that's what you would find too. But it's called Prophet of God, as in PRFIT, like money. And that title will make more sense if you read the book. It's available on Amazon.com, multiple formats. If you run across a version that says an addendum and it's pink, it's the exact same book, but it has an appendix in the back. There's the back. Short description on the back. Yeah, it's a fiction. Thanks, bud. I'll talk to you soon. This is my book by a guy named Chris Cooper. Yeah. Is it related with God and Jesus? Somewhat. Yes. Not in any conventional sense. The book touches on topics of a spiritual nature for sure. There are biblical references in it. But people could draw their own conclusions. I tried to make it more open than preachy, if that makes sense. Usually titles make a bit more sense when you read a book. Yeah, that's a good point. You're such a beautiful trans woman. Oh my God, you really think I'm a beautiful woman? If I were trans? Thank you. I will definitely purchase it. How can we connect? Well, if you purchase the book, feel free. Well, I'd have to think on that one of how to connect. Can't you DM on YouTube? Or am I thought you could DM on YouTube. Yes. Thanks for the kind words, Lewis. Yes. Links are on the YouTube thing. And there's other stuff on there explaining more about the book itself, too. I also read the book in its entirety. on a playlist. So if you want to jump around it just to see if it's anything you'd even consider, feel more than welcome. Your readership is my privilege. When will we be getting a Discord going soon? Sorry, I was just kidding. I should not be that open. I'd be happy to know what you thought of it. Yeah. Which book? I'm so glad you mentioned the word book. It's this book. It's called Prophet of God. This is backwards. It's a supernatural fiction. It's basically about these guys that go to work for a church, but the church winds up being not what it appears to be. It's kind of a mystery. It's got a lot of dialogue. It discusses spiritual topics in a fiction setting, but it's basically dealing with real life problems. Very character driven, fairly short. There's a lot of videos on this channel, for example, that talk a lot more in depth about the book. It's available on Amazon.com. Prophet of God. It's the only title with that, or it's the only book with that title specifically, this one. PRFIT, as in money. So if you were to look that up on Amazon or hit the link in my channel, there should be one, you'll find it. But yeah, that's a quick summary. I could read the back if you want it. Yeah, I wrote it. My name is Saeed Abdul Rahim. You can call me Sam. Okay. I'll call you whatever you would like to be called. Yeah, one of the links on the YouTube. Sure. Yes, Lewis, I did write the book. I can read the back real quick. It's like a brief paragraph. After signing up for summer work at a church nestled in the woodlands of northern Michigan, a group of friends couldn't have guessed which forces were beneath the mask of benign religion. What they came looking for was just some summer cash, but what they found is anything except ordinary. So, gives you kind of a brief idea of what it's about. But feel free. I'd be most happy if you took a look at it. Anything you find on this channel pertaining to the book, feel free to share. Yeah, benign religion. What appears to be benign religion. Thank you for asking. I very much appreciate it. They tell me I'm 34. If I may ask, did you always kind of know that you're trans, or when did you figure it out? I'm not trans. I'm sorry. Yeah. It's a good year. Actually, it really sucked. But Dr. Supreme, chillest guy ever seen, W. Thank you. I may or may not be a vampire. I think I'm pretty chill. Did Pink Fur leave? Lily? I tried the gym once. Homeboy was hogging the dumbbells for like an hour and a half, staring at himself in the mirror. So I just walked out because I was really wanting to do like arm stuff. So I ended up just doing like everything was like taken, like everyone was using everything. But over the winter, I really should I should try do more gym things because come spring, I usually start work outside. Requires a lot of movement. So for the first couple weeks of spring, there's usually breakage unless you work out. It's a good idea. Maybe gyms are different. I don't know. I've only been to like a couple. But the one I went to, it was really crowded. Do you go to the gym? High intensity interval training. What is that? Interesting. There's just like, yeah, I wish I could just go out and like chop some trees down with an axe or something. Like split wood or go build a boulder wall again. But because my seasons get so like there's a frost law where you can't haul things because of the frost. Yeah, because I didn't won that genetic lottery, so I will be needing it. Well, it's okay. Gym, I imagine would be a good way to feel better. It's a full body workout that really wrecks you in a good way. Nice. Do you know how to fight like real fight? I'm not sure. I haven't gotten in a fight in a while. Not you talking about like MMA and stuff? Hell no. They'd probably kick my ass. Certainly would. But no, I haven't been in a fight in a while. I don't even know what would happen. I'd probably get what did he say? Packed up in a suitcase. Oh, just street fight? Yeah, I'm not sure. I was in the middle of a fight last year. These two guys got mad at each other at work. I had to kind of break them up. Sometimes people in certain conditions can get pretty irritable. They almost clocked each other. Wasn't really the first time either. There was another time that some of the crews were arm wrestling, and nobody wanted to arm wrestle me for some reason. Felt kind of bad. They're like, no, man. They were all like backing away, and I'm like, dudes in here got like biceps like this. You know, you're a type of guy who everyone wants to hang out with. You think so? I really appreciate it. That makes me feel nice. I'll have to look into that full body workout thing though. Could you just run around your fucking yard and do push-ups? Would that do like anything? If you can't work because of the snow? I guess I could snow shovel. Well, oh, you're back, Lily. Where did you go? And you need just one jaw surgery or have an overbite. And you need just one jaw surgery or you have an overbite. Oh, actually was born with an overbite. We had to get this thing that was like this adjuster. So in a sense, I've already had face surgery. I never thought about that. Holy shit. Like as a kid, I had a bad overbite. I'm sorry, you just blew my mind. I need a second. Huh. Why bro is so masculine? Do I come off as masculine? The other guy was saying I'm a trans lady. Julie Katusa. Oh no, the troll is still here. Huh. Damn, that's weird. I never thought about that in years. The overbite thing. I've already had cosmetic surgery. I'm sorry I can't be here when this troll is making weird and mean comments. It's a little weird. I mean, it's out of left field. Don't you know you have potential like Jason Momoa? Jason Momoa? No. Potato. Lamer. Lamer. Is that an L or an I? Yammer. Jason Momoa. That would be big shoes to fill. stop drinking. Drinking what? Monsters? You don't like Java? I don't drink alcohol. It repulses me. I just think it tastes bad. But monsters do? Fuck. Man, my fucking neck. That 1891's catching up with me. I don't know how many more 100 years I can last. The monsters are bad. I know. I get yelled at a lot. But I'm gonna hop off of here. Probably get ready for bed or something. Maybe watch the news. I thank you everyone for coming in. And I wish you all well. That you take care of yourself, stay safe, all that good stuff. Until next time, au revoir.